If you asked what most people associate with ancient Greece, they would likely mention philosophy and rationalism, highlighting thinkers like Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, and the Stoics as key figures of Greek intellectual achievement. However, this view is incomplete, as the ancient Greeks were not solely rationalists or devoted only to abstract reasoning. While Plato emphasized reason and dialectics, many were also involved in religious practices, mystical experiences, and esoteric knowledge, sometimes valuing spiritual insights above intellect and observation. Ancient Greece was rich with mystical traditions, secret cults, and religious rites often overlooked by those who see the Greeks only as champions of logic. How we depict this history reveals more about our cultural biases and the complex realities of the Greeks. This episode explores the neglected mysticism in ancient Greek culture and its impact on society and thought. The topic of mysticism is vast and complex, necessitating a focused approach when discussing it, especially beyond the Christian or broader Abrahamic context. Mysticism, etymologically rooted in the Greek terms meaning to conceal or to initiate, acquired the connotation familiar to us today primarily through the theological contributions of Christian thinkers such as Pseudo-Dionysius the Areopagite. It gained widespread prominence in the 16th and 17th centuries, emerging within the rich historical and cultural milieu of late medieval and Renaissance Europe, a period marked by an intensified interest in direct spiritual experience and the inner dynamics of the soul. For the sake of clarity, mysticism can be broadly defined as encompassing the experiences, practices, and interpretative frameworks related to direct encounters with the divine or ultimate reality, often characterized by altered states of consciousness. These states include visionary phenomena, profound contemplative absorption, ecstatic union with the divine, and other transformative experiences that transcend ordinary sensory perception and cognitive processes. Contrary to the common misconception that ancient Greek culture was exclusively rational and secular, mysticism was in fact deeply embedded within it. Scholars like E.R. Dodds have highlighted the significant role of irrational and mystical elements, such as the prophetic oracles, the inspiration of the muses upon poets and artists, and the seamless integration of myth, ritual, and philosophical inquiry into everyday life, all of which shaped the Greek worldview and spiritual imagination profoundly. Among the most fascinating manifestations of ancient Greek mysticism were the mystery cults, secretive initiatory movements that promised profound wisdom and transformative experiences to their members. These cults involved esoteric teachings, sacred rites, and symbolic enactments that conveyed essential metaphysical insights concerning the nature of life, death, and the cosmos. Principal among these were the Eleusinian Mysteries, the Bacchic cults dedicated to Dionysus, and the Orphic traditions. Some scholars also regard early Pythagoreanism as a form of mystery cult, due to its emphasis on purification, reincarnation, and the pursuit of cosmic harmony. The Eleusinian Mysteries, which were the most famous and widely celebrated among these cults, consisted of annual initiation rituals conducted near Athens. Initiates underwent intense transformative experiences, symbolizing the mythic descent of Persephone into the underworld and her triumphant return, a cycle enacted through fasting, the ritual consumption of the kykeon, a sacred drink, and secret ceremonies held within the telesterion, a large hall specifically designed to facilitate communal spiritual transformation. These rites frequently induced altered states of consciousness, catalyzing profound changes in the participants, and reportedly abolishing their fear of death by instilling hope for a blessed afterlife and a deeper comprehension of the natural cycle and the immortality of the soul. Similar motifs of death, rebirth, and ecstatic union permeated the Bacchic cults, where especially the Maenads, female devotees, entered into frenzied states of ecstasy through music, dance, and intoxication. This ritualistic behavior embodied a mystical union with Dionysus, allowing practitioners to transcend social constraints and experience a temporary dissolution of ego boundaries, resulting in profound spiritual liberation and renewal. The Orphic traditions, centered on the legendary figure Orpheus, focused on secret knowledge concerning the soul's journey through the afterlife, often involving ritual descents into caves, symbolizing the underworld. Orphic teachings stressed the purification of the soul, the rejection of bodily excess, and the hope for liberation from the cycle of reincarnation, positioning their doctrine as an alternative eschatology, contrasting with mainstream Greek beliefs. A unifying motif among these mystery cults was katabasis, the symbolic descent into the underworld, and the promise of a more favorable afterlife experience, which stood in stark contrast to the shadowy and bleak existence traditionally associated with Hades in Greek mythology. The intellectual dimension of ancient Greek culture also reflected mystical currents. Philosophers such as Parmenides described mystic journeys to the underworld to receive profound knowledge about the unity and unchangeability of reality. Plato's dialogues frequently allude to various forms of divine madness or mania as sources of higher wisdom that surpass rational thought, emphasizing the significance of ecstatic inspiration in attaining true knowledge and union with the divine forms. In works like the Symposium and Phaedrus, Plato celebrates prophetic, poetic, ecstatic, and erotic forms of divine madness, presenting them as essential pathways for the soul to transcend bodily limitations and recollect its pre-incarnate knowledge, thereby achieving gnosis, a direct, experiential form of spiritual insight. Plato's references to unwritten teachings and his seventh letter suggest that some truths are ineffable, accessible only through mystical experience, which complements and transcends rational inquiry by highlighting the limitations of discursive reasoning in apprehending ultimate realities. Socrates himself is depicted as entering altered states characterized by deep contemplation or trance-like absorption, underscoring the integration of mysticism within classical philosophical practice and affirming the value of inner experiential knowledge alongside dialectical reasoning. While some critics might argue that these mystical elements are metaphorical or exaggerated, the extensive evidence from ancient texts, rituals, and practices indicates that mysticism was a vital and respected component of ancient Greek culture, spanning from popular religious customs to the highest echelons of philosophical thought. This comprehensive overview demonstrates that the ancient Greek world cannot be accurately characterized as purely rational or secular, but must be understood as deeply interwoven with mystical experiences and ideas that profoundly influenced later religious traditions, including Christianity, and contributed to the formation of Western spiritual and philosophical heritage. Although the term mysticism is often contested and problematic due to its broad and sometimes ambiguous usage, adopting a working definition that centers on direct divine encounters and altered states of consciousness allows for a clearer illumination of these aspects of ancient Greek thought and practice. There remains a vast field for further exploration within this rich domain, and I invite suggestions for future topics. I also express gratitude to my patrons, whose generous support enables the continuation of this work despite the unpredictable fluctuations of YouTube's algorithm. For additional content and updates, I maintain a presence on various social media platforms, and I also run a separate channel dedicated to my musical endeavors. I hope this detailed examination of mysticism in ancient Greece has been both informative and engaging, and I look forward to sharing further insights in upcoming videos. Moreover, delving more deeply into the mystical traditions of ancient Greece reveals a complex, interwoven tapestry of beliefs and practices that not only enriched the spiritual lives of the Greeks, but also profoundly shaped the cultural and intellectual heritage of the Western world. The initiation rites and secret doctrines of mystery cults like the Eleusinian Mysteries were far more than mere religious ceremonies. They functioned as transformative psychological experiences that integrated the individual with the cosmic order. This fostered a profound sense of belonging to a reality greater than mundane existence, and provided a comprehensive framework for understanding human mortality and the promise of renewal. The myth of Persephone's descent and return served as a powerful allegory for the cycles of life, death, and rebirth, resonating with agricultural rhythms and human existential concerns, thereby embedding spiritual meaning deeply into the natural world and human experience. Similarly, the ecstatic rituals associated with Dionysian worship challenged prevailing social norms and conventional rationality, offering participants a liberating encounter with the divine that transcended ordinary consciousness and social identities. This enabled a temporary but profound dissolution of ego boundaries, permitting a direct experience of divine presence and spiritual ecstasy. These mystical experiences were frequently accompanied by symbolic language, ritual symbolism, and artistic expression, which conveyed profound truths inaccessible to ordinary discourse. Through metaphor, myth, and performative acts, these traditions communicated ineffable insights that enriched the spiritual imagination. The philosophical mysticism embodied by figures such as Parmenides and Plato further illustrates how mystical insight was not antithetical to intellectual rigor, but was instead integrated with systematic inquiry. This suggests a complementary relationship between reason and mystical experience, advocating for a synthesis of knowledge that embraces both rational analysis and transcendent vision. Plato's concept of divine madness underscores the necessity of embracing non-rational states as legitimate pathways to higher knowledge and spiritual awakening, challenging the modern privileging of rationality and inviting a more expansive understanding of human consciousness and spirituality. Such recognition of multiple modes of knowing confronts modern assumptions about the primacy of rational thought and encourages a more nuanced and holistic understanding of consciousness and spirituality. In summary, the legacy of ancient Greek mysticism invites contemporary seekers and scholars to reconsider artificial boundaries between religion, philosophy, and psychology, offering valuable perspectives on the nature of the divine, the self, and the cosmos. It opens rich avenues for interdisciplinary dialogue and deepens our appreciation of the diverse ways humanity has sought to comprehend and engage with the profound mysteries of existence. As ongoing research continues to unearth new insights and interpretations, the study of ancient Greek mysticism remains a vibrant and evolving field, promising further revelations about the depths of human spiritual experience and the enduring quest for transcendence. Furthermore, engaging with the mystical traditions of ancient Greece reveals their continuing relevance to contemporary spiritual discourse and practice. Themes such as transformation, union with the divine, and the transcendence of ordinary consciousness resonate powerfully with modern seekers navigating a complex and often fragmented world. The ancient Greeks' integration of ritual, myth, philosophy, and direct experience provides a holistic model that challenges the compartmentalization frequently observed in modern spirituality and academia. This integration encourages a more embodied and experiential approach to spirituality, emphasizing the importance of direct personal experience alongside intellectual understanding. Moreover, the psychological dimensions of these mystical practices anticipate aspects of modern depth psychology and transpersonal psychology, suggesting that ancient Greek mysticism can offer valuable insights to contemporary therapeutic and spiritual methodologies. For instance, the process of initiation and the symbolic death and rebirth experienced in mystery cults can be seen as archetypal patterns of psychological transformation, resonating with the work of Carl Jung and others who have explored the collective unconscious and the central role of myth in healing and individuation. Additionally, the ecstatic and visionary states induced in Dionysian worship find parallels in contemporary practices involving altered states of consciousness, such as meditation, breathwork, and psychedelic-assisted therapy, highlighting the continued human pursuit to access expanded states of awareness and healing. The philosophical conceptions of divine madness and gnosis invite ongoing reflection on the limitations of rationality and the potential for wisdom beyond the intellect, encouraging openness to mystery and the ineffable dimensions of existence. Academically, the study of ancient Greek mysticism intersects with multiple disciplines, including classics, religious studies, philosophy, psychology, and anthropology, providing a rich and fertile field for interdisciplinary research. Textual analysis combined with archaeological discoveries and comparative studies with other mystical traditions worldwide enrich our understanding and appreciation of these ancient phenomena. In this manner, ancient Greek mysticism not only illuminates the spiritual landscape of the past, but also serves as a dynamic source of inspiration and insight for present and future explorations into the nature of reality, consciousness, and the sacred. Therefore, continued scholarly and experiential engagement with these traditions promises to deepen our collective understanding of the human condition and our timeless quest for meaning and transcendence. In conclusion, the mysticism of ancient Greece endures as a testament to the profound and multifaceted ways humanity has sought to connect with the divine, transform the self, and unravel the mysteries of life and death. Its legacy challenges reductive narratives of Western rationality and invites us to embrace a richer, more complex vision of human spirituality, one that honors both intellectual rigor and experiential revelation, reason, and mystic insight. This enduring heritage continues to inspire and provoke reflection, reminding us that the quest for the divine is a universal and timeless aspect of the human journey, shaping our understanding of existence and the sacred to this day. Moreover, The influence of ancient Greek mysticism extends beyond academic and spiritual circles into contemporary culture, where its themes resonate in literature, art, and popular media. Modern authors and artists draw upon the symbolism and archetypes found in these ancient mysteries to explore questions of identity, transformation, and transcendence, often weaving them into narratives that challenge conventional reality and provoke deeper contemplation. This cultural engagement not only revitalizes interest in ancient wisdom, but also demonstrates the adaptability and relevance of mystical insights across diverse contexts and epochs. Ultimately, the enduring fascination with Greek mysticism underscores a fundamental human impulse, the desire to transcend ordinary perception and touch the ineffable, reminding us that the mysteries of existence are as compelling now as they were millennia ago, inviting each generation to embark anew on the path of discovery. This ongoing dialogue between the past and the present highlights the dynamic nature of mystical traditions, which are not static relics, but living currents of thought and practice. By engaging with ancient Greek mysticism today, we participate in a continuum that transcends time, allowing the sacred insights of antiquity to inform contemporary spiritual quests and ethical considerations. In this way, the mysteries serve not only as historical phenomena, but also as catalysts for personal and collective transformation, encouraging a holistic integration of mind, body, and spirit. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, the ancient call to embrace mystery, cultivate inner awakening, and seek communion with the divine remains a vital source of inspiration and guidance, affirming that the sacred is ever present, inviting us to explore the depths of our own being and the cosmos with curiosity and reverence. In embracing the legacy of ancient Greek mysticism, modern seekers find a framework that challenges the compartmentalization of knowledge and experience prevalent in contemporary society. The mysteries remind us that spirituality, philosophy, and art are not isolated endeavors, but interconnected expressions of the human quest for meaning. This integrative perspective encourages a holistic approach to life, where intellectual inquiry is balanced with intuitive insight, and ethical living is informed by a profound sense of interconnectedness with all beings. By revisiting these ancient rites and teachings, we are prompted to reevaluate our relationship with the unknown, cultivating humility and openness in the face of life's uncertainties. Thus, the ancient mysteries continue to inspire a transformative dialogue, inviting us to move beyond surface appearances and engage with the profound depths of existence, fostering a renewed sense of wonder and purpose in an ever-changing world. Moreover, the influence of ancient Greek mysticism extends beyond individual transformation to inform contemporary cultural and social paradigms. The emphasis on initiation and communal participation found in the mysteries offers a powerful model for building inclusive communities grounded in shared values and mutual respect. In a time when fragmentation and alienation often dominate societal discourse, the ancient rites remind us of the importance of belonging and collective responsibility. They encourage the creation of spaces where diverse perspectives can coexist and flourish, united by a common pursuit of wisdom and transcendence. By integrating the mystical ethos of interconnectedness and sacredness into modern frameworks, whether in education, environmental stewardship, or social justice movements, we can foster a more compassionate and sustainable world. Thus, the ancient mysteries not only illuminate the individual's path, but also serve as a beacon for collective awakening, guiding humanity toward a future where the sacred dimensions of life are honored and nurtured at every level of existence. In addition to their philosophical and social implications, the ancient mysteries also provide valuable insights into the psychological dimensions of human experience. The ritualistic journey through stages of death and rebirth within these mysteries mirrors the inner processes of transformation and healing that individuals undergo in their quest for self-realization. By symbolically confronting and integrating aspects of the shadow self, participants develop resilience and a deeper understanding of their inner complexities. This psychological alchemy fosters a sense of wholeness and balance, which is essential for navigating the challenges of modern life. Moreover, the mysteries emphasize the importance of silence, meditation, and direct experiential knowledge, encouraging practitioners to cultivate mindfulness and presence. Such practices, rooted in ancient tradition, resonate with contemporary approaches to mental health and well-being, highlighting the timeless relevance of these teachings. Ultimately, the ancient mysteries invite us to embark on a personal and collective voyage toward enlightenment, where the boundaries between the sacred and the mundane dissolve, revealing the profound unity at the heart of existence.